Good morning, ma'am. Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am,
ma'am.
please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all. On behalf of IOT Academy, I welcome you all for the second session of National Level Faculty Development Program on the Art of Teaching. Let me introduce the resource person of today's session, Dr. Femina Bhatt. She is currently working as an assistant professor of psychology, Faculty of Humanities and Liberal Arts, Rabindranath Tagore University, Bhopal. She has 5 years of teaching experience in various colleges and universities. Her qualifications include B.Ed from Barkatullah University, MA and PhD from the IIS University, Rajasthan. She is also a NCRT certified counselor. Her research areas are organizational psychology, behavioral psychology, and emotional healing and career assessment. She has presented many research papers in international, national, and state level conferences and seminars. She is a member of several academic bodies and also she is on the editorial board member of several journals and books. With this, I hand over the session to Dr. Femina. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Uh,
Thank you,
Still,
ma'am.
is there any kind of noise or shall I continue?
No,
I'm
ma'am. No,
audible?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay,
You can
okay.
continue.
Good morning, one and all present here. So, I'm very, very thankful to IoT Academia. They always give me a platform where I can share my small piece of knowledge with all of you. And really, I'm very happy to see that this techno savvy era is give us a chance to connect throughout the globe, and we can share the knowledge and the practices which we are doing in our education system or in our individual institution. Being a psychologist, I interact so many students in my campus because they are dealing as a head counseling cell also. In a day I came across so many issues related to personal, related to social, related to I can say educational aspect. Now everything is just on a click of mouse. Everyone is having, but still there is one corner in individual which which want to connect to someone to share their feelings, because this world is going to be maybe one day a machine world, because slowly everything is depend on technology. We have so many important gadgets, they are become our life system support. Like if we take mobile from a student, maybe they are going to end their life. So it is a kind of oxygen cylinder for them and for all of us. Only criteria is different. So, but every individual have their own emotional aspect, and they want to share the things. And the very near one and the close one is the teacher. The teacher is the role model. The teacher is the is the oxygen bag, I can say, actually, who can support the student at the mental level as well as the emotional level. And teacher is the torch bearer who can bring the light to the darkness. So teacher is the torch bearer who can Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Because somewhere in
Thank you.
between I lost the connection, right? So,
No issues,
yes.
ma'am. Thank you.
So yes, being a psychologist, I can interact in so many issues which I share. But today we all are gathered here to because we are somewhere the bridging. We are somewhere the bridge between the academia and industrial connection with the student. So here our role is more and more important. And what is the role of teacher, that we all know and we are doing our best. Either it's required technical support or it's required a subjective support, whatever be. I 100% sure who are connected today in this session, being a teacher, they are giving their more than 100%. Either if they don't know the technology, they learn it, not for themselves but for their student. But today we are here talking about some very common but very important aspect, that is personality development. Being a teacher nowadays, because we all are surrounded by so many gadgets, so nowadays what kind of personality and what kind of teacher is having a role so that they can more impactful towards the student, towards the learner, and definitely parallelly they can work on their mental health also. So today's session is you all know we are talking about the personality development in perspective to the professionals who are the teachers, who are the professors, and who are the educators, and in any way they can contribute to the society. So let's share with some presentation. Ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am. The slides are visible, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm moving it. It's also moving.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
So let's start. Personality development. It's a very broader topic, but we are just focusing on here. We are talking about personality development in the context of the educator. We all are required some tips, some techniques, and maybe sometime we brush up the things to get more in touch with the reality. Because sometimes we are in just a rushing system. We need to do this, and it is very difficult to 100% separate a professional versus personal life, so we can together just brush up the knowledge and just see being an educator in this techno savvy era. We need to know personality development in that aspect. So here is I'm just sharing a very famous person, as you all know, and what Dr. Abdul Kalam is said. Teaching, teaching is a very noble profession. Not he's saying, everybody is saying this, and we all are accept this also. And why it is noble? That shapes the character, caliber, and future of the individual, not to the student, to everybody. Maybe sometimes somewhere we are shaping our potentials. We are shaping our potentials with the time, with the experience. If the people remember me as a good teacher, they will be the biggest honor for me. Yeah, after 10 years you are just in a market and some student come, run run and they just approaching you, hi ma'am, I'm so and so. And so I mean it was like we are on a stage of or a forum of Nobel Prize. I'll feel like that. I'm getting a Nobel Prize, really. That's the feeling we all are having. So I try in today's session. I'll give you not a very in deep or this thing, because we are having limited time. So the takeaway in today's session: hand-on training, community group, and collaboration. These are the things which we are going to discuss, and we are going to talk about it. Why? Again, as I said, so many things are changing this era, and we need to be more vigilant. We need to be more aware what the today's education system is demanding, and how much effort we are putting it should be channelized. The effort should be focused on 100% outcome. So these are the points in which I'm just try to talk about it, to put a light on it. We all are doing something, or maybe more than it, but still we need to be required to do list. Ask for clarification, aware of your behavior, adaptability and flexibility. Yeah, because we are sitting in the era of technology, in the era of techno savvy zone, where we can if we expect the student, they can adapt our style. So yes, we are having the same, vice versa. We are also having the approach of adaptability and flexibility. Learning, identifying different learning styles, understand strengths and weaknesses. Again, it's a vice versa, to the student and for the teachers, both. For self-reflection, I'm talking about, and even we are doing a very wonderful activities in our corridors, and where the stairs are there in our campus. We just put a big mirror, big mirror on the walls. When the student are using the stairs for coming up to the classes, and they walk in a corridor, somewhere we can fix a big glass where they can see their reflection, and they can identify they can identify their changes. So self reflection is really a very important, and I put a lot of pressure on it, even in form of activities. And of course it is the reality of an every individual. So these are the some points on which today we are going to just put a light on it. But before going to talk about all these things, first I want to talk about little theories of personality. See, as I am to a psychology field, and 100 percentage, I want to share some important concept. I know most of you aware about when we are doing our BH, we go through all the concept of learning, and concept of psychology somewhere in one paper. But still, here I want to talk about again in short the concept of personality. See, development of personality is really, again I'm saying, a very big challenge for anybody. Why? Because personality, according to psychological understanding, is an umbrella term under which n number of things are considered are coming. But what is requirement, what is the important to go through these theory before we are talking about any grooming aspect for the teacher, is that you should know what is psychological importance. We all are knowing, we just brushing up the things. Somewhere we can change the things forcefully, but it can't be changed. Somewhere, sometimes we do masking, we do uh, we do a kind of prepared, a kind of more targeted behavior. But see, this is our persona in which we can adjust everything. So there is no need of doing any adjustment. There is need to understand the basic concept and starting to adapting them. That is why I try to little talk about on the theories. Is the slide visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the very first approach and the very first theory of personality, which is the very older one, but again a very important, that is trade approach. And what it is and why I'm talking about it, it is the milestone, I can say, and it is the very important stone. We all know about trade approach, but yes, trade approach is talking about a fixed uh, a fixed or a stable traits. Traits means qualities. A fixed and a stable traits or a quality when individual is growing, is developing emotionally, physically. They also fixed their personality blocks, and the very first block is trait. And what they are stable. And how they become stable, of course, with the experience, with the parenting style, right? So what is the importance of understanding trait approach in personality development? Because psychologists think or believe, and even they had a lot of work, and they believes that key traits are actually inborn and unchanging, because maybe somewhere that traits we are taking genetically from our parents, right? So again the question is, if they are inborn, innate, and they are fixed, stable, so, how we can manage these trade if they are not fixed with our professional demand? See, I'm not targeting anybody, but yes, sometimes many of us can lose our temperament. Many times we are in a stress and we forgot we are talking to a student or to a child or to a just undergraduates. They don't have that much of level of understanding. That time they are in their own fairy tales, and we interact them with our own maturity level, and there's the clashes and conflicts are start coming. So maybe some are having a very cool temperament, maybe some are having little little aggressive, I can say. So from where they can all get these traits? Of course, they are genetic. So the big question, we can't change it. Yes, 100% we can't change, but we can manage it. We can manage it. Now we talk about the anger management, we can talk about the professional talks, or we can talk about the listening abilities. We can apply anything if we understand, yeah, these are permanent traits which we are not going to anyhow uh, unlearn and relearn. We sometimes we can't go forward and just delete and just add something. Yes, this has happened, and see, we are the human body, we are not any software, or we are not any any system in which anything can be inculcate and anything can be delete or anything can be added. If things are inculcated, so they remains and they grow, but we need to identify and we need to manage it. So you can analyze your trait. You can analyze your basic traits, write down on paper. I expect this thing after this session. that you all do this activity. Please write down your permanent trait which you observe. Either it is your weakness or your strength, doesn't matter. Write it down and please find out the possible positive outcomes. How to manage, how to work on it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to control it. Just try to manage it, right? Because many are things we can control. We learn the controlling system very easily, but actually nothing can be controlled. Everything can be managed, right? So trade approach is the oldest one and very important to recall while we are talking about personality development. And even according to trade theorists, we can see the patterns of feeling, motives, and behavior that set people apart from one another. Trade as an aspect of personality that is considered to be reasonable, stable, right? So our traits can be stable, maybe by our way we are thinking. Sometimes people, students can, even my colleagues, I'm not focusing only on students. This is fact, even my colleagues are come to me and they can share. Sometimes, ma'am, don't know what happened. I'll become so sensitive. A small thing even can pinch me a lot. Maybe it just a normal talk, but I will take it on my own. So taking things personally, unnecessarily, I don't know what to do, right? Then my whole day going to be messed up. Maybe I forgot my to-do list. Maybe my mind is very off. Maybe I'm not putting, 100% in my class. Sometimes I'm missing something in my lectures because that thought continuously hindering in my productivity. Taking things personally, again, it's maybe a very common problem in many of us, even in most of us, and it is because we are over sensitive. See, we need to be understand everything is not meant for us and we are not meant for everything, right? And even to give answer on each and everything and to remain silent on each and everything, it's not a balancing approach. It's not a balancing approach. So just try to be somewhere in the middle of the continuum so that you can enjoy your workplace and even you can understand others, at least how to respond them, right? Because they are also having their permanent traits, right? Say some people are always in a very critical way. They are just share their thought process, right? It's okay, accept them. That maybe that is their permanent way to think or to behave in like that manner only. So when we understand our trait patterns, it is very easy to accept the other vice versa, right? Am I making sense? So trade theory is a very very big theory, but here we just put a light on. It's talk about the permanent quality or the permanent traits which we all are having. Now the next is psychoanalytical approach. Again, it's a very very important contribution in personality development. As we all know, Sigmund Freud, he is father of psychoanalysis, and he do lots of work in personality development. He produced lots of theories, and still I feel, and even I can see the things what he produced in years and years, and I can say ages back. It is still we can see in present scenario, in present behavior of around us. Psychoanalytical approach is talking about the shaped by inner struggles that all people experience, or you can say it's a this approach is talking about actually our structure of our thought process in terms of the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. So let's see. Main idea of psychoanalytical approach is to be focuses on or the stresses on the unconscious part of the personality. And 100% you all are aware about the pyramid which is given by Freud. The topmost is conscious, and the second layer is subconscious, and the last one is unconscious. So unconscious is the biggest part, and you can say it's an iceberg under which we are having a lot of suppressions of our desires, of our suppressed thoughts, feelings, emotions. Even sometimes we are not aware about them. Even actually, this is fact. So Freud is talking about this this unconscious part and how it affect or influence sometimes our present present block of our personality. Maybe, for example, sometime we just gone through a very stressful situation, and we have already some thought process which we suppressed, some desires consciously which we suppressed. So it is anyhow it is activated, and now they starting dominating our present behavior. And of course, because we suppressed that thoughts, because we suppressed that desire consciously, so definitely the outcome is negative. And suppression is done because lots of reason, maybe societal reason, maybe religious reason, maybe personal reasons. Lots of reasons we can have, and we can give justification in form of defense mechanism, which Freud is talking about, while we are suppressing consciously some desires, and we try to suppress it into our unconscious, and when they activate anyhow because of any incidents, even many of you are believing that sometimes you are having a dream, and after that your behavior is very disturbed, and maybe you just try to recall what that dream exactly. So that is the suppressed desire or your own emotion and feeling which will come out in form of dream. This is what psychoanalysis or psychoanalytical approach or psychoanalysis therapy is doing. They can just dig up all the suppressed desires, motives, emotion to the present, and they open it and they talk about it, talk about the solution. And if we don't understand this concept, so definitely it is going to somewhere harm our present behavior, which is directly connected to our personality, to our presence. The way we are doing best of our professional jobs, they are going to directly attack on them, right? So psychoanalytical approach again is very important, and sometimes we all need maybe a professional help. If we identify any disturbance and we are not able to overcome, we can look forward to the professional help. And I always, being a psychologist, talk about please go through the literature a lot. Many students come and say, ma'am, they start their talk like this, ma'am, today my day is so depressed, and even they don't know the basic definition of depression. So I just request them, please go and read what is depression. It's purely a clinical terminology in which a person can be hospitalized and they become a patient. So we all are blessed that we are don't have such type of any symptoms. We are just highly stressed, or we are just in a aura of tension. We are not depressed. We are not at all depressed. So let them correct first, so that they can't use such type of a big word which can have a very negative or a very deep impact on their brain. And sometimes we are using such type of terminology. I'm sorry. Sometimes we are using such kind of words really, which is not healthy for our thought process. Actually, what we are giving a slow poison to our thought process if we are using such kind of things. So this is what psychoanalytic or psychosis talk about unconscious. While you are using, if you are feeling really very low, even you can say, I'm just feeling little upset. See, there is a change. Very low से अगर हम उसको, if we are started rating very low to little upset, really it has a great impact on our thought process. And whatever we thought, it come in form of action, and that's a behavior, right? So psychoanalytical approach to personality teaches that all people undergo inner struggle. 100% true. Yes, we all are going lot of what an inner struggle. Actually, the conflict, the negative ideas, right? People are born with certain biological drive. Yes, we all are born with, and not to people, animals even. And these drives come into conflicts with law, norms, and moral codes. As I said, what are these struggles? These struggles are conflicts with the society, with the societal norms, with the societal rules and all. And if we are not able to overcome with this, definitely they are going to harm our present behavior. Because how much we can suppress? And if we suppress, then one day it become a volcanic eruption. Now we just have a quick look on learning approaches. So behaviorism and the school of behavior in psychology, who's talking about the learning approach, and the famous one, psychologists Bandura and Thorndike. They all are the psychologists who can talk about learning approaches in psychology through behaviorism. So they talk about social learning, and they talk about learning through imitation, that is observational learning. And what you are giving as a role model, as a teacher, imitate learning, observational learning. You are the role model to your students. Yes, somewhere they are conscious or unconscious, you are present 100% in their mind, right? So what is the main idea behind these learning approaches? Has two branches. We all know behaviorism and social, and they believe that our actions are learned. Yes, what we imitate, what we show, it should be learned by the followers. Social learning theorists think that we can learn by observation. Yeah, even even one more activity here I am suggesting you for to introspect yourself, for just to getting your reflection. You just pen down any of your friend name, any of your teacher, especially in your primary. If you remember your primary teacher, after the school, when you come back to home, and you try to take the attire of her, and you just try to behave like her, right? So what are the qualities you are taking from them? Still you remember that? Or maybe something really, you take it as a permanent ball in your coat. Did you remember what that ball is? So today you can again jot down the name of your friend or your teacher, especially a primary teacher, from which you can take any trait which now make you as your permanent trait, right? Because teachers are the second, I can say, they are the second most important person, or in school we believe that they are our parents. And even you don't believe, I just share to the first year students, see, you are in the campus, till the time you are in the campus, only I am your parent, I am your sibling, I am your friend, except your girlfriend or boyfriend. So, so they started believing that, yes, there is someone to whom we connect directly. They all need what they all we all need, actually we all need some connection, and that connection create by positivity, by spreading love, and maybe the comfort zone where they can come and we can go and share everything without any fear. See, maybe this picture is reflecting lot of ourselves also, when we look forward to our previous days, right? As I say, you just take a pen and paper and write it down, the name of those people who are just role model for you, really your old friends, or your primary teacher, someone in your mind with whom you are just taking some very important trait, or the quality, right? Okay. So these are the theories which I want to share with you all, and I request to the presenter, they can share my PPT to the audience after the session also, so that whenever you feel you just go through the text, I can send my PPT to the presenter.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is very important. Why I am just telling you, keep we just brush up the theories, so that now we can connect personality development exactly what psyche is talking about, what psychology gives an idea behind personality, what it is, and how you can take this concept into your own. So again, before talking about the thing, I'm just make sure you one thing. Don't try to forcefully change anything. Start slowly adapt. Try to make it your habit, and 100% habits become a behavior. Analyze yourself properly today after the session. Analyze yourself. Be happy. What are your strengths? And be more happy to get to know what are the things which is left behind, which people called weaknesses, but I never believe on this term actually. I'm just calling them the important things which we missed, and we want to take it in the side of our strength. Okay. So nowadays, hand-on training experience is very very important. I preferred this experience. Even I request we can do the sessions offline, because we are having a lot of activities to do sometimes which we are not able to do the things in online. But again, online we can connect globally to the each and every corner of the globe. But yes, I'm trying. We can go offline so that we can taking lot of experiences. But here, this hand-on experiences how can contribute to the persona of an educator. Let's see. First of all, hand-on experience. The very important. I'm talking about technology. Being an educator, you should be 100%, you should be learn the advanced technique for teaching. The great platform. See, for example, in psychology, when I am taking my classes, once in a week, I am taking one session which we call it movie day. And we just go through a movie which is talking about psychological concept. So in my classroom, I just try to make technology as a tool which try to make more productive, which try to take more inculcative responses to what. Ma'am, is I am audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, because in my screen I see loss of connection. No?
Ma'am, you're audible and your slides are also visible, ma'am.
Okay, right. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I feel technology is the not the only tool. It is the just the tool. Sometimes who can enrich the classroom with the most important need of the hour. So, being an educator, you have to be focused on some technical skills where you feel like we require to get some training of some new softwares or some new technology, or to make it more creative so that our lecture or our classroom is very very interactive. So this is just a phobia. It is just a phobia. I'm simply saying use the technology as the need of the hour. It is not your whole day, but try to be skilled yourself with technology, right? So for that we can go for good workshops, or maybe your school or your college will offer you uh, good technical support. And why I am talking about this, because this connection, this DG connection, this digital connection, create an interpersonal connection with the student of their learning aspect, because they are more inclined towards such type of things. And because we are having nowadays in our classrooms, almost all of you are having maybe a smart room, or maybe a computer lab in your college, university, or school. So we all are having such kind of system. So why not we are just using as a need of the hour, maybe once in a week, or maybe just once in a out of 3 or 4 lecture, we should keep on doing this technical activities so it can somewhere enhance or improve our practice to using and to be more connected to the technology. That's all. Simple. It's not phobia. Okay? Every new technology you should know, and every
upgraded software you should use. No, whatever be you are using, make it creative, right? Now the next is collaborative and community group collaboration and community group learning, which is again a very important building block for the uh, for grooming our personal traits, because these type of practices, it is I can say these type of methodologies even, where we can do some experimental learning with the students and with ourselves also. It can be uh, provide some new uh, knowledge also. Sometimes the points which are missing to us, it can become through such kind of activities, where the peers are going to be interact, where their I can say we understand their demands more clearly, in fact. So keeping in touch with peer, we expand the teaching community expertise across even our campus to other campus, maybe in form of any inter college activity, maybe interdepartment activity. And with this, I'm just little jumping on NAP, New Education Policy 2020, which is exactly talking about this concept somewhere in their draft, right? Where we can going to collaborate the learning to the other department also. So exactly community groups and collaboration is also a very helpful tool to grow ourselves and to develop and to broaden our thought process, even I can say. And the uh, core point of this nowadays, so we are talking about community engagement, like which we can do some practices for the community. Whatever be the theory we are teaching in the class, we can go and implement in the community level, so that student as well as educators both are taking experiences, right? Both are get in touch with the reality. Yes, it may be going to be give updation in a theory part also. And why we are following a 100 and 200 years old theory? Because today, after, even you can see post-COVID era, you can see lot of changes are there. So yes, there is a chance to develop a new content. There is a chance to make updation in the older theories. Whatever be happen in 18th, 16th, 17th century, it will be happen now. We are in 21st era. We are in 21st century era. And we can update the literature part also, right? So it allow experience and information to flow freely, provide them with a better understanding and methodology for dealing with the student and challenges, right? As I already said, such type of activities can give us in deeper and better understanding of the actual demand of the student. And if we are able to identify these demands, so really our job is 100% we are justifying, right? Now body language, this is maybe the most common heading, but again body language is really a very important uh, topic. Every time we need to be talk about it, so that we can recall all the important aspects and we practices the better one. Body language is talk about, yes, aware of our own body language, which is not only talking about verbal but non-verbal also. Non-verbal part is very important to understand in body language, where we are talking about the different gestures. Sometimes maybe you are very exhausted and maybe you are very tired as you are coming up with n number of meetings, as you are just facing a very long day, and maybe the weather is not supporting, and you are really not in a mood even to interact to anybody. And that time the student, a group of students run toward us and they really want us, they need us. So sometimes a simple smile can manage everything, right? Many a times we forgot in a day to smile even. Sometimes we are just forgetting to look at our colleague, to do a eye contact, and to give up a big smile to them, and to not to the why to only student, to the colleagues also. Many a time we forgot to interact with them, right? Many a time we just forgot to give them a compliment, right? We observe, we understand maybe something has happened personal, and maybe their home environment is not healthier because maybe they have some recent loss of loved one, near one, dear one. Something has happened. So this is our moral duty. We can give them a motivation. We can give them a boost. This is also the act of, I think this is the important aspect of a person who is really having a pleasant personality, right? So dressing sense, even including the right dressing sense, is also the demand of a job area. It's it's always not a matter of what we are trying to show. No, it's a matter of the demand of your job, of your profession. See, a doctor is a doctor, complete doctor, when they wear their coat and wear their whatever be the gadgets they are wearing. That time really they come into the role of a doctor, or you can say a hero is just a hero until and unless they are not wearing a proper police uniform. They can't play the role of police officer in any movie, because to come into the character they require that type of attire. I hope all are agree with me. So sometimes we want to be follow that types of attire where the character, the qualities be required, right? And I think most of you 100% agree with me कि out of 100 days, one day is like today we want to off, but sabhi important assignment is there, maybe sabhi important meeting is there. So just wear the required attire and you just feel you are in a role, right? So body language is always not verbal, it is non-verbal. It is talking about our attire. It is talking about our our every single thought process which we reflect through our behavior, through our actions. And dear participants, I am just sharing one also very important experience. Sometimes, even this is my personal observation, when my colleagues are come up in any hurry, maybe their small kid is having an exam, or maybe their kids, those who are in 9th, 10th and 12th, they are facing very pressure because they are having a board exam, and they came to me, ma'am, my child is having a board exam and I am not able to come, and please let me know how we can handle the situation and this and that. Believe me, only just listening them with proper eye contact and just give them a proper smiling face, or just to make them assure whatever you are saying, I am 100% listen it. I am with you. What you are saying even. They have their own confidence. Yeah, I can manage, no problem, I can do it. This type of plan I can take and I can manage. Automatically, they come up with the idea because they want maybe one listener with a more attentive body language. Many a times your own kid can sometimes say, you are not listening what I'm saying to you, because maybe you are doing some copy checking, or maybe you are preparing some PPT, but you are preparing to them. You are listening to them 100%, but because you are not doing eye contact with them, and because you are not nodding your head towards them, and maybe because you are not giving any facial expression to them, they feel like you are ignoring them. You don't listen them. You don't understand them. You don't connect with them. So please understand the importance of your non-verbal cues in your professional, and 100% more than 100% in your personal setups also, right? And why I'm talking about sometime personal setups, because they are the bridge of your professional setups. If you are not somewhere settled in personal setups, it is definitely cross the bridge and come to your professional areas also. So try to not balance in only professional, personals also. Yeah, this is again a very important. I know all the, I understand actually, and I can see the pain, the pressures of the management. Either it's a school management, or it's higher education, maybe you call university or college. Everybody wants you can upgrade yourself by different kind of channels. Either it's a workshop or FDP, or it's a refresher course or this thing. Yeah, it is really very, very important. But you need to understand the criteria. See, if you belong to science stream and you want to sit in some agricultural setting, if you are interested, then it's okay. But if it is not of your interest, then really it is going to mess to you. So educational seminars should be very, very targeted. It should be targeted to the to your subject area actually. Then only it has an impact on your personality. So please identify the right area to educate yourself. As I said, everything is not meant for you, and you are not meant for everything. Right? If you feel, see, this much of technology I can handle carefully, and after that if I am going, it is going to be mess for me. So please don't go for such webinars, seminars. Please don't attend. Just be perfect yourself, whatever be package of technology you are having. And when you have enough confidence to deal with them, then you approaches for more, for other. So educational seminar, here I can connect to the personality development in the sense of really it's of your interest area. Really it is going to benefit you as a tool, as a new approach, as an having a big advantage maybe for appraisal you required some UGC listed good refresher course. Go for it, and not go for it 100% try to implement in your uh, uh, setting, then only it can be a fruitful, it can be a valuable, it 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 can be a, I can say, a real or actual contribution. And yes, this I'm saying to my scholars even. They come up with a lot of zeal, man, we want to do PhD in psychology and this and that, and I'm doing this, and that is why I require to do this degree and all. But my only one question which I want to ask them, what is the contribution by your side to the field after doing PhD in particular subject, either it is psychology or economics or history or sociology or political science or social work or any other area, and number infinity. What is your contribution? Are you really contributing something very important for the textbook? Contributing something really practices for industry? Anything. So here I am taking this educational seminars means not only to just you can collect a piece of paper certificate. No, you should choose those things really who are going to contribute your potentials, who are going to sharpen your potential, and of course when they are 100% you are taking them and you implement it in your educational institution or schools or wherever be, you can see the output. And everything is not the Harry Potter stick ki abhi gumaya or and it will happen. No, any implementation takes some time, and then slowly results we can see. As again here I can take the example of NAP 2020. Slowly we try to implement, and slowly we can see the changes also. So don't be try to forcefully drag change into you. As initially I said, adaptation and then implementation. Sometimes trial and error is also happen. So don't worry. Right? Yeah. This is again my very favorite point, which even I talk to my students also, my colleagues also even. Intensive reading. And even I'm not talking about only reading, but this is the very initial step, so we all have to do. But I'm focusing on writing part also. Well, that part we can some another day we can talk about it. But being a professional, like being a lawyer, if every time they need to be read same law and constitution, whenever it is required, they can do even. So we are the one who can, we cannot live without reading part actually. This is the main food for our brain. So different books, means whatever material you are having, just at least just actually I am giving you, and that is today you just promise to me and yourself half an hour you are going to, okay, dear participants, whatever be you are writing, and you just please give me a time, and there are participants who raise their hand also, so just give me 5-10 minutes more, then definitely I am interacting with you also, right, with the permission of ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, so after the session, we interact to the participants.
Yes, ma'am. You'll be having an interactive session.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, see, researchers are there who support how the reading can be, can create a impact even on your thought process, right? And nowadays, even I can see that literature is a very bright combination with psychology. Either it is Hindi literature or English literature, or maybe a Sanskrit, or means, yes, literature. Literature is really a very good and bright combination with psychology. Previously, many people can think philosophy and maybe sociology, but I promote literature in combination with psychology, because literature can give you a lot of different dimensions of thought process. Getting my point? So nowadays, so literature are available on a click of just one click, in form of podcast, also in form of different books and documentaries, and means, Kindle you have, in which you can just store whatever material you want. Or but I preferred, as I can talk about my reading style, I preferred book in my hand. This is my reading style. Maybe your is different. Maybe others are believe on podcast listening. Others are believe on reading by through soft copy or something. But still, I believe to holding a book in a hand, and really, if you want to make a note even, and hard copy is on your table, really your interest is automatically activated. And even after reading a one line in the book, you can write a one page. That much of thought process are coming out, coming out, coming out, coming out. Even I just promote to my researchers this thing. Please don't believe on cut and copy. Just read the literature, and after that, what thought process is come up inside you, write it down, rephrase it, write it down, read it again, rephrase it, and 100% your paper becomes pure of your work, right? So even I love, there is one before, yeah, this is the book which I want to prefer to all of you. Please, those who are read, they can read this book many a time, and those who don't, please, they can buy this book, or they can download by online also, or anything. Check into. This is really a very, very, very good literature for teachers, and in this book you can find out different small episodes which has happened with a student, and how a teacher can shape up their uh, their life actually, which is just broken into small pieces. So this book is very close to me, and even I like every teacher just once in their life they can read, they can go through this literature. So because we are talking about this reading, so of course it is going to increase the rate of understanding, it is going to increase the proficiency over your language, it is going to be just have some a miracle and some positive change in your attitude. And attitude is nothing, it's just a way of perceiving things. How you can perceive the things, maybe in a negative way or in a positive way, and we call it attitude, right? Increase in, of course, after, if when we are just get through the something, and we are just collecting the knowledge about it, it is going to be help to motivate us, it is going to help to understand it betterly, and then we listen to others also, right? See, doctors are having n number of symptoms of particular diseases. That is why they just listen the patients what symptoms they are telling, and they make an idea. Yes, these are the disease. and they just want to confirm their idea. They give us some blood test or whatever be. There are different procedures to make confirm themselves, right? So listening is important, yeah, 100% it is important. But if you have knowledge about that particular area, then you understand how and where you need to fill the gap, and what is the demand of the student by you, without wasting their time and your precious time. You just connect yourself to them, right? I don't have any tie-up with the writers and with the company. I'm just, because I like this book much, so I'm just sharing with you. So with this, I'm summing up my session, because here the presenter are just allow me this time only. So thank you so much, participants, listening me patiently and 100% actively. Now the forum is open, I think, ma'am. People can unmute themselves so they can ask questions.
Thank you, ma'am. The session is open for discussion now. You can post the questions in the chat box, or you can unmute and directly interact with the resource person. Thank you.
Okay. So somebody write in a chat box. I'm just reading it. I don't know he is there in the meeting or not. If he is there, they can talk to me, because they write a message in a chat box, which is, ma'am, whatever we want to implement something new, the follow teachers do not accept it positively and just deny the positiveness of the same and take out only negative things. Unfortunately, almost all neglect the same. They do not want to accept smarter than them actually. This is my experience. Okay. So, sir, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. He's in the meeting.
He's in the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon. So, sir,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So you are somewhere in some position like principal or something?
Uh, Teacher, ma'am.
Teacher, right? Okay. So see, sometimes what happens? We just serve them in a plate. See, you have to eat this food. Maybe this has happened. Maybe this has happened. And if we want to give them something, first we want to make a sure. See, just try to this food. This is very good. You like it really. Just make them. Just connect with them. What we are implementing, we are not lay down to anybody. It is just a matter to enrich yourself. Now this is your choice. You want to do it or not? Because they are just putting out the finger on the negative aspect, right? It means they are not ready
Right,
to
right.
learn. It means our communication is not up to the mark. I'm not taking the side of teachers. I'm not saying that management is absolutely wrong. No, I'm just saying where is the connectivity. First, you connect them. Don't enforce them to do things. Make them realize this is for our benefit. If you learn it, you enrich yourself. If you don't, today or tomorrow, you are going to regret. Don't enforce them. Give them a choice. Create a connectivity. And then you see. And then you see. And initially I said, there are some people who had a fixed trait. They are critics. But they are very important. Because critics can can give us a solution already. Okay, these are the people who make such kind of uh, a different color of flower. Let them handle first. Today I'm just sharing a very important, I can say, a formula. In your decision making, please involve that one first with you. If they are with you, you can see the impact on the others. Try to convince first them and let them stand with you. Then you can see the others are also try to follow. Right? So, bottom of the line is that give them a choice. Don't show them that this is you have to do a kind of enforcement. No. Right? Yeah. So any other questions?
Any more questions? You can post it in the chat box also. Any more questions? Please post it in the chat box if you have any queries. Shall we wind up now then? There are no questions.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so this is all by my side. I can share the PPTs with you so that you can share my content with the participants.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then. Stay safe, everybody. So, shall I leave, ma'am?
No, ma'am. On behalf of IOT Academy, I thank Dr. Femina ma'am for the informative and enlightening session. And your tips and techniques on the personality development for teachers were very useful, ma'am. And we thank you again for the very nice and beneficial presentation. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I thank all the participants for joining the session. Kindly fill the feedback form using the link that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you all. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. There is a question for you, ma'am. Can I read? Oh, I think she- the feedback form using the link that I